Hi, Ariel here. I thought I would give a little alopecia story while I got ready today. So this is me, no makeup, nothing, fresh face. I do have permanent eyeliner that I recently got done, which I love and totally recommend that if you're on the fence. It's not fun to get, but I love it. I do have like faded microblading, which is about 5 years old. It just faded super fast on me. I thought about going back and getting microneedling, I think is what it's called. A little different process, but we'll see. I do have a great brow solution that I'm gonna show you while I get ready today that has worked way better than microblading for me, and I love. But so my alopecia story starts 6 years ago today. I just had my second baby, so he turns 6 today, which is so exciting for him and all of us. Yeah, I just had him. It was a little bit traumatic of an experience. Had to stay in the hospital overnight, but he was a great baby in the hospital. When we got him home, it was a different story. He was one of those babies that just, you know, had colic or something. He cried a lot, didn't sleep much at all. So my husband and I were both very stressed and lacking sleep. And if you know anything about autoimmune conditions, which is what alopecia is you know that stress and lack of sleep are not good for autoimmune. So back up just a little bit. There's no family history of alopecia that I know of in my family. I'd never heard of alopecia before. It was not on my radar at all. I had a lot of hair. It was fine, like a thin texture, but I had a lot of it. And I loved my hair. I loved my eyelashes. I loved my eyebrows. I would occasionally complain about my hair because it was a little thin right here, but looking back, I would take that back and not complain about it at all. So yeah, about 4 months into this new life with our sweet little boy, I started experiencing what I thought was postpartum hair loss. I had had that with my daughter previously, and it's to be expected. Many people experience it postpartum. So I just thought that's what it was, but it never slowed down, and it got worse. So I went in to see my doctor, and they prescribed me, diagnosed me with low thyroid. I got a bunch of blood tests, so I went on thyroid medication, and lo and behold, the shedding, the hair loss stopped when I got on that medication. Pause for a second. These are my 2 brows. They take a little bit of concentration to put on, but this is the brow solution that I've been using since microblading didn't really work for me. They're just a temporary tattoo brow, so I just have to make sure I get it on in the right spot. Dab a little water on it. So yeah, I was diagnosed with low thyroid, given thyroid medication, and the hair loss stopped for a little bit. And by little bit, I mean like a couple weeks. And then, you know, I was so encouraged previously to getting diagnosed. My family had been complaining about all the hair they'd been finding around the house. I would find like wads of hair in the laundry. Vacuum would be full of hair. It was very traumatic every time I showered because I would just lose so much hair. The losing was quite honestly the hardest part. I didn't know why it was happening. It was sad. I was trying to reconstruct like my value and my self-worth. You know, when you have hair your whole life and then you don't, it's kind of traumatic. So after I got on that thyroid medication, The hair loss stopped, but then just a couple weeks later, it all fell out drastically. And I'll include pictures here of me while I was pregnant with amazing hair. And then, you know, as I was losing it, I did cut my hair super short, which did disguise some of the loss. And I had fun with the little pixie cut. I had done that with my daughter when I was going through postpartum hair loss, and it helped a lot. So I tried that again. So I had all different hairstyles. I was trying to have fun with it. But then once the major loss started happening, you know, bald patches, like just crying all the time. I remember going to the park and I had a hat on, and I was like telling my friends, like, this is bad. Like, and I showed them my hair loss, which I hadn't showed anyone before. And they were just, I'll never forget those friends. Like, I get a little emotional thinking about it. Like, I don't hang out with them as much anymore. It's been 5 years, but I'll always remember them being there in that moment, just rallying around me and supporting me and encouraging me during that time. But yeah, that was the first time I showed anyone my hair loss. And then, so my son was born in August, then in, I think, you know, all this was happening during the holidays. I think it was at the beginning of the new year or just before, around that time. I had been diagnosed with alopecia, and I had started steroid shots, and I was just, you know, I had found the online community on Instagram and was very inspired and felt ready to just kind of move on and focus on my health. So I had my husband shave my head, which was very emotional. And I'm so grateful that he was there for me through it all. I mean, he had to process this too. It wasn't him losing the hair, but, you know, I was changing a lot, and he was just very supportive through it. It really made us stronger. But so he shaved my head, and I stopped the steroid treatments. And from there, I started sharing about my experience on Instagram, and I started writing blogs for HairWeavon, which is a fabulous wig company that I still work for today. That an amazing team, woman-owned business. I love it. It's fabulous. And my world was open to wigs, and I grew to be able to help others with hair loss due to my loss. About a year ago this month also, this month is a very special month for me. I opened HairWeavon TX. So we have a little shop here in Round Rock, Texas, and I get to see women and help them through something that I uniquely understand. We get to find hair for them that helps them feel confident and comfortable, and I can empathize with them. And it's been a miraculous journey. As you can see, I still have no hair 5 years later, but I have found a way to have joy and purpose and meaning through all of this. So this is a brand new wig I'm wearing. So it's not quite trained yet exactly where I want it to go, but I thought I'd try it out. It's like a fabulous length. It's so fun. It's the Shea Wig by John Renault in the color 24 BT18S8. So human hair, Chinese human hair, which I haven't had before, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, it's been a miraculous journey. I wouldn't change it for the world. There have been times, yes, many times, I've wanted my hair to grow back. I still cry about it occasionally, not much. But it is hard. There are certain moments where it's inconvenient and hard to be different, and to have, you know, to wear wigs to feel like I can blend in is sometimes hard. But it's changed me. It's strengthened my relationship with my husband, and I feel stronger and better because of it. And if I'm being completely honest, I am grateful for it. And there's life beyond hair loss. When it first happened, I loved following women who were, you know, living full lives, being mothers and working, having careers and being confident with hair loss. It gave me hope to know that I could to get to that point too, and I have. This journey looks different for everyone, but I know like you can get through it if you're dealing with this. What really helped me was having support around me, friends and family that I could confide in and share this experience with. People are amazing. I'm just so blessed to have fabulous people around me that have been so supportive, and that's my alopecia journey, and this is what I look like after I get ready. It's quite a transformation, but that's my story.